Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you my 2017 NFL wildcard predictions that's coming up on Brandon Sports Talk. Welcome to the channel, guys. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Wildcard weekend, everybody. We're going to start off with the Tennessee versus Kansas City Chiefs game. I am going with Kansas City. I think Alex Smith having that playoff experience, they have Kareem Hunt, they have Tyreek Hill, and having Alex Smith, and they have Travis Kelce also with the offensive line that they have. The offensive line hasn't been playing to the best of its abilities this year, but to me, this offense is still high-powered enough. I know Tennessee, they have good safeties, they have good corners as well, and they have good linebackers. But I just think that when you do the matchups in this Kansas City offense with Travis Kelce and the rest of the offense, I think that Kansas City wins the offensive edge over Tennessee's defense. Tennessee still coming together as a team. Now I'm going to switch over to Tennessee's offense versus Kansas City defense. I think Kansas City's defense has been very lackluster this season, but I think they get it done in the playoffs. I'm going to get to Alex Smith in a minute actually, but this defense, to me, they have Marcus Peters, they have good safeties. It's just, to me, they haven't been playing with that, as you say, ruthless aggression that they normally do for the past couple of years. It hasn't been that same, hard smash mouth defense that we're accustomed to seeing. And they don't have Eric Berry in this playoffs, so it's going to be very interesting to see how, certain things unfold. But I just think that this defense against Marcus Mariota, who he's had an up and down season, is really, they got into the playoffs, so it's like you can go up, but his numbers, interceptions is way up, and it's just, I don't know what happened. And I think to me it's the coach and all that Wildcat offense and run, no, you have to, as a coach, you have to progress the quarterback. Make sure the quarterback is good, like, let's say a Jared Goff. Like, running the Wildcat offense with him will be good when you have that offensive type coach. Sean McVay, to me, is a better offensive coach than Mike Mularkey. And by the way, Mike Mularkey might be coaching his last game. If they lose, he might be getting fired. So I just think that this team took a dip. Yeah, they got into the playoffs, but Marcus Mariota took a dip. They have Derrick Henry out the backfield. They have receivers. They have Eric Decker. They have wide receivers running around. They have a great offensive line. But for me, the Tennessee Titans offense versus Kansas City defense, I'm gonna have to give it to Kansas City as well. I think Kansas City, let's put it together. Just the overall view, I think Kansas City has a better team, better quarterback with playoff experience that can get to another divisional round. I'm taking Kansas City. Tennessee, I know they'll probably be back in the playoffs next year, unless you have to deal with Andrew Luck in Jacksonville, so it's really gonna be hard. But I think that they're gonna make some changes once. I think Tennessee's losing, so Tennessee will make some changes, this offseason with coaching. And along with Kansas City, Alex Smith is now being reported, which I just looked up before I started this video, that they're willing to trade him because everybody knows that they have Patrick Mahomes for quarterback. So they're willing to trade him, and this might be his last game in Kansas City. Now, if he wins, if Alex Smith brings this team to the Super Bowl, I don't think you move off of him quickly, but I don't think, that I'll tell you those picks later down the line, but I don't think you get rid of him if he takes this team to the Super Bowl. I don't think you do that, but I'm picking Kansas City to win this game. Alex Smith playoff experience. Tennessee maybe back next year, but I think they have some change to do for coaching wise, and this season has been up and down for Tennessee. I like the Tennessee Titans, but I think Kansas City overall is just better in the playoffs. Now, moving on to the next game, Atlanta and the Rams. This game is going to be a good game. All the games are going to be good games. This is playoffs. What am I talking about? But Atlanta and the Rams, it's interesting because Atlanta just hasn't been that team just like last year, just like the Tennessee Titans, like Marcus Mariota playing well, and it's like the interception ratio just flies up in Atlanta. The same thing with Matt Ryan. The interception just flies up in certain games. They went 10-6. Let me just say this. It's one less win than the previous year. But when you have Kyle Shanahan as offensive coordinator, and then he leaves, and you with Steven Sarkisian, which I like Steven Sarkisian. I think he's a good play caller for the offense, but I think you have to get used to having a new offensive coordinator. It's not going to click like that. I mean, well, that's kind of different from the Rams, which I'll get to in a minute. But Atlanta, I think they've fallen off from last year. Like I said, Super Bowl jinx. I didn't believe that. I was on Atlanta all year. I just think that now, if you look at Atlanta's defense, they got better in the offseason, but they're not doing nothing. Like I think Vic Beasley being lined up at linebacker, he's not a linebacker. Stop putting him at strong side linebacker. He's not a linebacker. He is a defensive end. Let him rush that pass. Now, last year he led the NFL in sacks, and this year I don't know. Like I'm getting a headache just talking about it. But it's still. It got better, but it's just not clicking. Something's not clicking with this defense. I know they fired some defensive coaches after the Super Bowl, which is pretty dumb because it wasn't the defense Super Bowl that you lost. It was because of the offense that you lost the Super Bowl. You should have ran the ball. Just like Seattle, by the way. But that's another story another day. But we're going to go to the Rams now on offense. I'm going to switch to the Rams on offense. The Rams on offense, to me, which McShay as the head coach, Todd McShay as the head coach. I'm sorry, Sean McVay as head coach. I think that his coaching and offense is bringing it to this team, the Rams, with Todd Gurley and Jared Goff, and the receivers that they have Sammy Watkins, Cooper Kupp, and Robert Woods, who can fly down that field and push the field. Tavon Austin out the backfield, who can, they can do quick little screens too, if necessary, to be able to push that ball up. I think the Rams' high-powered offense, high-powered offense, keep that in mind. The offense is high power. I think will overcome this Atlanta's defense because of how fast they are. The same thing with New England in the Super Bowl. New England, what did Tom Brady do when Atlanta's defense was on the field for too long? What did he do? Start doing little screen passes, get out of bounds, screen pass, out of bounds, out of bounds. Then the defense getting tired. I think it happens again, but this time with the Rams. I'm picking the Rams to win this game. The Rams have been hot. Todd Gurley may be an MVP, and Jared Goff has really improved this year. I'm picking the Rams, and I just want to go to the Atlanta Falcons offense just real quick. The offense, they have Julio. You still have your two running backs, Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, but it's just been lackluster. Like I said, first year with the offensive coordinator, everything can go well. But I think next year Atlanta will make a serious run next year. Next year, I think they'll be on their P's and Q's. But this year, the Los Angeles Rams defense, they have good corners, good safety. They had a safety leave, and they got a better, their safety got better. Their secondary is very, very good. They have a good defensive line, and they have good linebackers on this team. I'm picking the Rams. The Rams, to me, they're just overall better team. They went 11-5. The Atlanta Falcons went 10-6. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons, played well this year, but like I said, I'm picking the Rams. Let me move on to the next couple games so you guys can enjoy the games today. So I'm picking Kansas City and I'm picking the Rams in the game. Both of those are my Saturday picks, which is today. Now, let's go to Sunday's games. Buffalo at Jacksonville. Now, Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs since 1999. If you guys watching the video and you didn't know. Buffalo has not made the playoffs since 1999. They made the playoffs this year because of the Ravens losing that game. I was going to say choke, but I'm not going to say that. They lost the game to Cincinnati. Now, Buffalo, do I think they can win this game? No. I'm going with Jacksonville. Jacksonville has the better defense than Buffalo. To me, this Jacksonville defense, number one in the league, they're going to shut down this Buffalo offense. To me, LaShawn McCoy, and he's a little injured too. By the way, a little sprained ankle. He was in a walking boot. They took him out the walking boot. He's making a trip to Jacksonville. I don't think for 1 second that he runs all over this defense. They're not going to let somebody throw all over them with the quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo did against them. I think they recovered from that exact game. I think they recovered from that game, and I think Jacksonville is going to stomp. Jacksonville's defense is going to stomp all over Buffalo's offense. Buffalo, I know some of you fans are going to be like, oh my God, we just made the playoff, give us a break. No, I'm not giving you a break because that defense is not going to give you a break, so why would I give you a break? Now, let's move to the offense of Jacksonville. Do I trust Blake Bortles? That's the serious question. Do I trust Blake Bortles? No. So if you guys lose this game and the defense plays well, if Jacksonville loses this game, it may be because of Blake Bortles. I'm not trying to put something on him. Oh my goodness, you're always picking it. No, you're always doubting Blake Bortles. No, I just didn't think Blake Bortles was stepping up enough to be the guy. Like when you want to be the quarterback of the team, you got to step up and be the guy, be the leader, be the voice of the team. I mean, not every quarterback, but he didn't look like for the first couple of years. He didn't look like he wanted to be the starting quarterback. So in this game, I'm still going to pick Jacksonville because of the run game, because of the offensive line, because of the wide receivers that they have. Dede Westbrook, I told you he was going to be good. He is a good wide receiver. Marquise Lee is very, very good. Allen Hurns is very, very good. Robinson is hurt. He's on IR. He ain't coming back. Next year he'll be good. They have to re-sign him. I don't know if they do, but they have good receivers. You have Leonard Fournette in the backfield. You still have Chris Ivory as well. A lot of people forget about Chris Ivory being on this Jacksonville Jaguars team as well. I am picking the Jacksonville Jaguars offense and defense. I think they'll be better than Buffalo. I feel bad for Buffalo that this is your first at just coming back into the playoffs. Buffalo, you have to face Jacksonville. Some advice for you. Better luck next year. Now let's move on to the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Now, a lot of people want to say, oh my goodness, nobody gives Cam Newton the credit when they play well. No, I give Cam Newton credit. Unlike all these people on TV and media, I give Cam Newton his credit when he plays well. He has not played well all season. He's been inconsistent. And let me tell you something about when you speak to the media and tell them something and then you go play bad. If you tell the media it's put up or shut up time, and you go to Atlanta and lose the way you did, it's like, no, okay, if somebody tells me to put up or shut up, and I say, okay, I'm going to put up, and I go do something, it's like, oh, well, Atlanta just shut him up. It's like, I basically shut it up. So you can't, when you come back to the media, it's to me, when he said it's time to put up or shut up, and he played so bad that it was like, okay, Cam Newton, shut up. Like, I don't know. He's been inconsistent all year. Cam Newton and this offense has been inconsistent all year. In my opinion, Christian McCaffrey should have never, ever been with this team in the first place. This team does not fit what he does. To me, the team that fits what he does is a team like New Orleans, which is ironic, but it seemed like I always wanted Christian McCaffrey to go to Philadelphia. To me, he fits that Philadelphia mold of running out of the backfield, just like Darren Sproles. He could have been Philadelphia's new Darren Sproles when Darren Sproles retires. But Christian McCaffrey does not fit in well with Cam Newton. I'm sorry. Cam Newton is good, but he's been inconsistent. He can't throw the ball accurately in the middle of the field, and that's what you need to do in the NFL, and that's what Drew Brees can do. But this Carolina offense, the offensive line has been up and down. They have a good right tackle, a good right guard, center, left guard. They left tackle, okay, he's okay. Matt Khalil, he's okay. They signed him to that long deal, so they basically stuck with him. But the offensive line has been, it's been decent this year. Not, spectacular, top 5 offensive line. But to me, Carolina's offense is just not consistent enough. The defense is very, very good, but their corners are not that good. Bradbury and those guys, they can play. Of course, you're in the NFL, you can play a little bit, whatever. But this defense, the linebackers, is good. The defensive line has been so poor this year. I don't get it. The defensive line, this team blitzes the most. But to me, it's like the defensive line has not been playing well. Carolina has lost games where it's just like, oh my goodness, like, do you need to rebuild? Like, that's how sometimes I feel when I look at Carolina. It's like, man, do you have to, like, should you be rebuilding? Enough is enough. Like, the inconsistencies with this team, enough is enough when I look at Carolina. But Carolina, the defense is good. The linebackers are good. They have a good defense line, but like I said, it's just, now they have Peppers, so, Julius Peppers, whatever, but to me, he's good, but he probably won't be there next year. Other players on the team are probably not going to be there next year as well, but Carolina, I'm reviewing Carolina as a whole offense and defense. The defense is better than offense. But, man, the offense is so inconsistent. Against this New Orleans defense with Lattimore, defensive rookie of the year, and I don't know. I'm stressing myself out in this video just talking about Carolina and they ridiculous offense. But when I take a look, then I'm gonna move on to New Orleans. That's more positive. New Orleans is more positive. When I look at New Orleans, and I see Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram in the backfield, running the ball over the teams, you know, having all those scrimmage yards they have. They both have over 1,000 scrimmage yards. That's insane. 2 running backs have over 1,000. And it's crazy what is crazy about Alvin Kamara is he has 800 yards receiving. Like 800 something yards. I don't have the exact number in front of me right now. But he has, like, I think Dez Bryant only has 20 more. Like, how are you a number 1 wide receiver and a running back has 20 more yards than you? But that's another video of another day about the Dallas Cowboys. But New Orleans offense with Drew Brees, who can throw in the middle of the field and who's accurate. One of the fastest players to get to 70,000 yards in their career. And with him throwing them in the field, they have Michael Thomas against those corners in Carolina. And you think Carolina going to win this game? This New Orleans offense is too much for this Carolina defense. And by the way, to my knowledge, New Orleans swept them in the season. Both divisional games, they got swept. I'm picking New Orleans' offense to dominate that defense. Luke Kuechly and those boys, and Thomas Davis Jr. and Shaq Thompson. At the end of this game, they are going to be upset with this team. And by the way, if Carolina wins, then, you know, you could come at me in the comments. I don't care, whatever. I'm picking New Orleans because they have the better offense. Real quick to New Orleans' defense. I think New Orleans' defense, they lost Vaccaro. They lost a strong safety, Vaccaro, and they lost Klein, the middle linebacker. But to me, this defensive line is just unstoppable. Cameron Jordan, he's just too much. I think he's going to have like at least 2 sacks a game, and I don't predict numbers. I don't do that, but I think he's really going to get after Cam Newton. I think they're going to isolate Cam Newton in the pocket, and they're going to sack him, and they're going to get after him. He says Cam Newton says he likes running that ball. Now, if he run that ball too much against this defensive line and the corners that they have and the safety that they have coming at his throat, they might take him out the game for real. This New Orleans defense is young, and they're still progressing. Imagine what free agency looks like, because their offensive line is good. Their wide receivers, I think they should get on the wide receiver. They have Ted Ginn, but he's getting older. But if they get on the wide receiver and they continue to focus on the defense, this Saints team might be running this division for years to come. But I know Drew Brees, just saying he's going to say, oh, he's 38 years old. Yeah, he's 38 years old. But for the next 2 years, this team could really, really, really do some damage. But like I said, for this game, I know I'm getting a little sidetracked, but for this game, Carolina, New Orleans, I'm picking New Orleans in this game. I'm sorry, Carolina, maybe next year. The same thing with Buffalo. I'm sorry, maybe next year. Atlanta, I'm sorry, maybe next year. Tennessee. When Andrew Luck comes back, we might not even see you in the playoffs next year. And by the way, all the games that I'm picking, all the teams are home teams. So, no, I guess that's accidental. Now I'm looking at the schedule on the screen, and they're all the home teams. So, like I said, those are my picks right there. Real quick: Kansas City, the Rams, Jacksonville, and New Orleans. Those are my 4 teams this week. I'll be back next week with the prediction video. Let's see how my prediction goes. Hopefully, I go 4-0 on my predictions. And that coaching video that I said I would have for you guys, I'm waiting for after this game. If Tennessee loses this game, they're firing the head coach. So that's not funny, but I want to make sure that if they lose this game and he's out, I want to be able to make a video that has all the head coaching vacancies and, you know, what do I think about all the coaches being fired, and I will have that video to you guys basically this Monday. I know I said last Monday, but I will have it this Monday because I know that Tennessee might, you know, come off this head coach, and I want to have it all in one video instead of just making a separate little 5-minute video. I'd rather just have it all for you guys to be able to sit back and enjoy watching the video. Please put on those post notifications, turn on post notifications on. Please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it's playoff time. This is what NFL season is about. I know I missed a lot of time during the season. This season's been really up and down, but I know I missed a lot of time this year, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm back. I'm back on the channel now. Enjoy Wild Card Weekend. I will be back with the coaching video, but let's see what happens with Tennessee. I will be back. Enjoy Wild Card Weekend. This is what NFL is about. This playoffs is going to be very, very good. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you for the next video. Thank you for watching.